Centaur, your kind of company.
Tonight on CTV3 News, a Santa Elena security guard is arrested and charged in Orange Walk for smuggling Brazilian nationals. Minister of State in the Ministry of Education is leaked on incident recorded in Santa Clara on Children's Day. He says no child will be left behind. And Belize sees a promising decline in violent crime ahead of 2024, with officials aiming for historic low in murder rate. These are some of the stories we have for you tonight in our newscast for Thursday, November 27th, 2024.
Pro FC is here on Saturday, November 30th. Pro FC arrives at the Garden City Belmopan. Pro FC 14 Mundo versus Topsy inside the UB Gymnasium in the city of Belmopan. The main event is the lightweight championship fight between the defending champion Marvin Manley Mundo versus the dangerous Amel Topsy. We also have 9 other exciting MMA fights, including 2 more championship fights and a featured professional international MMA fight featuring the undefeated Frank Vasquez. Doors open at 6:30 p.m. and the event starts at 7:30 p.m. sharp. General admission tickets are only $30 and VIP tickets are $80 available at the event ticket booth. Pro FC Belize Ramar MMA League. Pro FC 14 live exclusively on Centaur.
Pro FC 14 is brought to you by Smart, bringing people together, the Belmopan City Council, and Express Plus app, streaming entertainment.
Good evening with your news, also simulcast on Fiesta FM 106.7. I am Joanna Rodriguez. A resident of Santa Elena Town was arrested and charged here in Orange Walk over the weekend with immigration offenses after he was caught reportedly attempting to smuggle 2 Brazilian nationals through the country. 30-year-old Edwin Adonis Sanchez, a security guard of Santa Elena Town, was detained on Saturday at a checkpoint in Carmelita Village. Sanchez was on board a passenger bus which was searched by police and resulted in the detention of 2 suspected illegal immigrants. The 2 individuals were identified as Brazilian nationals 37-year-old Everton de Resende Silva and 21-year-old Marcos Vinicius dos Reis Gervasio. The 2 Brazilian nationals could not provide proof of legal entry into the country, resulting in the detention of all 3 individuals. Edwin Sanchez was later formally charged by the Immigration Department for the offense of aiding and abetting the commission of an offense under the Immigration Act. Sanchez appeared in the Orange Walk Lower Court and was fined $3,000 in default, 1 year in prison. The 2 Brazilians were charged for the offense of illegal entry and were fined $1,000 in default, 6 months in prison. In an event that captured the attention of thousands, an 11-year-old boy's story made waves on social media, igniting discussions about children's rights and education. The incident unfolded last Friday when the child was reportedly sent home from school on Children's Day after failing to contribute $4.50 towards festive celebrations. The distressing tale emerged from a post made by an anonymous resident of San Roman Village in Corozal, who claimed that she stumbled upon the boy in the school uniform wandering aimlessly after being turned away from school. Her post went viral within minutes, stirring outrage and sympathy across Facebook. In response to the public outcry, the Ministry of Education promptly launched an investigation to determine the veracity of the claims surrounding the incident. After a thorough inquiry, officials confirmed that the child was never denied entry to school based on financial constraints, says the Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, Honorable Dr. Louise Zabani.
What I saw shared with us was that, in fact, the information that came through the media initially, social media to a large part, was not based on fact. We understand that when there was an investigation done, that in fact that is not what really transpired. So indeed that speaks to the point of us making sure that we get the right information before we put things out there. I know that immediately the District Education Center in Corozal stepped up and went out there and made sure that they got the right data, the right information on what really happened. No child can be turned back from school. It's very simple. There's no complication about that. We have in our laws that children have a right to their education. So while we understand that schools will try to raise funds, etc., and I'm sure that the majority of schools and principals understand this, they know the children in their schools who cannot afford to make that contribution. And so children cannot be turned back for that purpose. In this case, we found out that in fact that was not what transpired. So we have confidence in the managements at these schools that they can make the right decisions. And if they ever do make mistakes in that regard, those things will be pointed out. Children have a right to be in the classrooms. No, it was shocking to us. We had to say, no, something had to be wrong here, right? It couldn't be that a school was turning back a child for this purpose. So in fact, when we went and found out it was, we found out that it was not that, then there was a relief, right? So no, children have a right to be in school, and schools, of course, will do what they try to do to make life better for the children on campus with these activities. That's all fine, but we cannot turn away any child for that kind of activity.
The minister emphasized that the ministry is dedicated to ensuring that all children have access to education, and they are exploring ways to improve communication with schools and communities to prevent similar misunderstandings in the future. As the countdown to the end of 2024 begins, Belize is witnessing a positive shift in its security landscape, particularly in the realm of violent crime. The murder rate in Belize appears to be on a downward trend, offering a hopeful outlook for the upcoming year. Notably, Belize City, once notorious for its high incidence of violence, has experienced an unprecedented period of relative calm. The Ministry of Home Affairs is cautiously optimistic about achieving a murder rate that does not reach 3 digits for the first time in years. In a recent statement, Minister of Home Affairs Honorable Karim Musa shared his optimism regarding this decline, crediting the efforts of the police department and the implementation of various strategic initiatives aimed at curbing violence.
I believe so. I think we are still below the numbers when we look at the homicide rate of 2023. I think we are below those numbers, and we still have 1 month to go. Same time, we just have to keep applying the pressure, whether it is active policing within these crime-prone areas. The LIU, of course, doing a great job in terms of rehabilitation, reform, and offering alternatives. I think all these different strategies that we have been employing over the last few years have been the cause and the result of, we are seeing the results today of all these strategies being employed.
As the year draws to a close, the Ministry of Home Affairs continues to monitor and adapt its initiatives in the hopes of maintaining this downward trend in homicides. Today, police issued the results of a post-mortem examination conducted on the body of 57-year-old Louis Koo, which concluded his cause of death as to be traumatic brain and spinal cord injuries due to road traffic accident. Koo, as we reported on Monday, was knocked down and killed on Friday night shortly before 7 p.m. He was walking on the road between the communities of Trinidad and August Pine Ridge. At the same time, 23-year-old Bernard Redicup was driving his Chevrolet Colorado pickup truck from Trinidad to August Pine Ridge. He had just exited Trinidad Village when he knocked down Koo, who was flung off the road and onto the right-hand side of the highway in a ditch. Koo sustained severe head and body injuries and reportedly died on the scene. He was transported to the Northern Regional Hospital where he was pronounced dead on arrival. Bernard Reddicup was issued with a notice of intended prosecution as police investigations into this incident continues. A post-mortem was also conducted on the body of 67-year-old Fabio Khan, who was killed in a hit-and-run accident on Sunday night. A post-mortem on Khan revealed that the elderly man died of multiple blunt force traumatic injury due to road traffic accident. Khan, as we reported, was riding his bicycle on Sunday night at around 6 p.m. between miles 57 and 58 on the Philip Golson Highway when an unknown vehicle that was traveling in the same direction hit him from behind. The elderly man was thrown to the road and reportedly died on impact. The driver of the vehicle did not stop to render assistance. At this time, police are yet to identify the driver responsible for knocking down and killing Khan. The Statistical Institute of Belize has released information on the economic outlook in the country for the month of October 2024. Starting first with the Consumer Price Index, which shows that October 2024 prices for commonly used products in Belize rose by 2.1% when compared to the same month last year. The National Consumer Price Index reached 119.7, up from 117.2 in October 2023, driven primarily by higher costs in food, restaurant services, and home rentals, while transport costs declined. The food and non-alcoholic beverages category was the largest contributor to inflation, with prices increasing by 4.7%. This was due to notable rises in the cost of vegetables, fresh fruits, cereal products, soft drinks, purified water, and fruit and vegetable juices. Similarly, restaurants and accommodation services saw a 4.9% jump attributed to increased restaurant service cost. The housing, water, electricity, gas, and other fuels category rose by 1.5%, mainly due to higher home rental cost. Other significant increases were recorded in clothing and footwear, 5.1%, personal care and hygiene products, 4.4%, and household maintenance items, 3.8%. Conversely, transport prices fell by 3%, driven by declining fuel cost. Additionally, the information and communication category experienced a 2% drop, reflecting reduced prices for items such as cellular phones and televisions. Belmopan recorded the highest inflation rate at 5%, while Independence Village reported the lowest with a marginal decrease of 0.3%. On a month-over-month basis, inflation for October 2024 saw a slight decline of 0.5% compared to September. This reduction was primarily influenced by a 1.4% decrease in transport prices, particularly gasoline. However, this was partially offset by a 0.6% increase in food and beverage prices, particularly for fresh produce. Year-to-date figures for the first 10 months of 2024 show an overall inflation rate of 3.5%. The most significant price hikes were seen in food and beverages, 5.8%, restaurant services, home rentals, and personal care products. The only major category to register a decline was information and communication, down by 1.8%. Coming up next, government still undecided on Elon Musk's Starlink initiative. Stay tuned.
Hi, my Orange Arcanios. Have you considered why areas of our town flood easily? It's no secret that developing areas in our town flood easily due to clogged drains full of garbage and debris. By properly disposing of waste, we ensure free flow in our drains, preventing flooding in developing areas. I thank you as we ask for your support.
Are you ready to light up the holiday season? Join us for Centaur's annual Christmas parade on December 14th It's the perfect way to celebrate with your community and create lasting memories. Whether you're participating with a float, marching with a group, or simply coming to spectate, there's a place for everyone to enjoy the magic of the holidays. Call 670-9177 to register free of cost. Happy holidays from Centaur Communications Corporation Limited.
Elmer Nad, a former police officer charged with the murders of Vivian Belay Ramnarees and brothers John and David Ramnarees, remains incarcerated at the Belize Central Prison. As the year 2024 nears its conclusion, Nad's case has yet to be tried, languishing in the case management stage since the tragic events of December 31st, 2022. The Ramnarees family has expressed increasing frustration over the handling of the case, particularly after attorney Dickie Bradley suggested that they were reluctant to enhance a surveillance video that captures the harrowing moment a gunman murdered the Ramnarees brothers at point-blank range. This video evidence is considered crucial to the prosecution's case, raising alarms for the family seeking justice for their loved ones. Adding to the Ramnarees family's concerns, senior counsel Godfrey Smith indicated that the defense has encountered challenges in obtaining vital information from the Crown during pre-trial proceedings. The Ramnarees family has formally requested that the Office of the Director of Public Prosecutions, DPP, provide necessary documentation to expedite the legal process. However, the situation is complicated by the fact that Sherilyn Vidal, the DPP, is married to Elmer Na, leading her to recuse herself from the case. A special prosecutor now oversees the proceedings. In light of these developments, Minister of Home Affairs Honorable Karim Musa addressed the media regarding the Ramnarees family's concerns.
I've seen comments from the attorneys that are handling this particular matter, in particular the defense attorneys. And I have to say that I'm a bit surprised by some of the commentary that these senior counsels are making in the media, because it is almost as though they're attempting to have a trial by media in order to sway public opinion on the defendant in this particular case. But as far as I'm aware, there's no hold-up. It's the normal course of disclosure that is taking place. As you rightly pointed out, this is a private special prosecutor that is handling this matter, not the DPP's office. And so I have not seen the statement by the Ramnarees family, but I will certainly or request rather from our ministry, from our CEO, to reach out to the Attorney General's ministry to see where exactly this particular prosecution is at. But it is in the normal discourse of disclosure, normal course, of disclosure that this is taking place. So I don't understand why they feel the need to have a trial by media.
Elon Musk, the owner of the platform formerly known as Twitter, now rebranded as X, is on a mission to connect the world using his ambitious satellite internet service Starlink. While the initiative aims to improve internet access in underserved areas globally, its potential arrival in Belize has resulted in a sharp division of opinion among local stakeholders. Starlink promises to deliver high-speed internet connectivity to regions where traditional means of networking have proven inadequate due to geographical challenges or infrastructural limitations. However, in Belize, the country's unique telecommunications landscape has instigated a robust debate about the project. According to Belize Telemedia Limited, BTL, the country's leading telecommunications company, the introduction of Starlink could complicate an already congested market. With 16 existing operators vying for customers in a relatively small territory, BTL urges that the addition of another player could lead to further fragmentation and reduced service quality. In solidarity with BTL, the Belize Communications Workers Union and the Belize Business Bureau have voiced their objections, emphasizing the potential negative repercussions of increased competition in an already saturated market. Meanwhile, uncertainty looms over the government's stance on Starlink. While no official position has been revealed, reactions from government figures are beginning to emerge. Honorable Dr. Louisa Bani, Minister of State in the Ministry of Education, acknowledged the complexities surrounding Starlink's introduction in Belize.
I know that this has been in discussion at Cabinet, so it's not something that has been determined fully, so I cannot speak for what Cabinet will do. I believe that ultimately, yes, we all seek to have communication, information, technology available to all our citizens, right? I also found out that there are some complications there too that could occur, that during severe weather conditions, that it might not work well enough. So I know those things are being considered. At the end of the day, it will be the wisdom of Cabinet to determine what we will do in that application.
Surveys carried out by the Statistical Institute is Belize's National Consumer Confidence Index measure consumers' sentiments with respect to general economic conditions within the country, their household's own economic situation, and making major household purchases. For October 2024, Belize's CCI rose significantly, climbing by 13.9% to 44.3 from 38.9 in September, according to the Statistical Institute of Belize (SIB). Expectations for future economic conditions also improved, rising by 7.9% to 55.5. However, sentiment about current financial conditions dipped slightly, with the subcategory dropping 2.7% to 39.6. Confidence increased in both urban and rural areas, with rural consumers recording a larger gain of 19.8% compared to the 6.6% rise among urban residents. Rural confidence reached 45.7, driven by a 71.5% surge in optimism for durable goods purchases, while urban consumers saw a 36.4% boost in this category. Gender-wise, confidence among females grew by 15.9% to 43.9, surpassing the 11.8% increase among males, whose confidence reached 44.7. Women reported stronger improvements in expectations for future conditions and current financial sentiment. Across age groups, the most significant increases were observed among younger consumers aged 18 to 24 and 25 to 34, who shifted from pessimism to optimism, with their indices climbing to 56.1 and 53.1 respectively. Consumers ages 55 and older also saw gains, with their confidence index increasing to 41.1. Ethnic groups all reported improved confidence levels, led by the Maya population, which experienced a 30.6% rise to 52.6. The Mestizo, Hispanic, Garifuna, and Creole groups also reported increases, with varying degrees of optimism. The rising consumer confidence signals a growing sense of economic stability, particularly regarding future financial prospects and the ability to make significant household purchases. However, the slight dip in current economic sentiment highlights lingering concerns about immediate financial conditions. Turning now to the country's external trade for the month of October, the Statistical Institute of Belize (SIB) reports that the country's imported goods valued at $281.1 million, marking a 14% increase compared to the $246.6 million recorded in October 2023. The growth was driven by significant increases in categories such as machinery and transport equipment, which was up by $13.1 million, mineral fuels and lubricants, which saw an increase of $9 million, and manufactured goods up by $6.1 million. Less significant increases were seen in imports of food and live animals and other manufacturers and chemical products. Year-to-date figures show merchandise imports for the first 10 months of 2024 reached $2.448 billion, up 9.2% compared to $2.242 billion recorded during the same period in 2023. Looking at the export side, domestic exports amounted to 27.1 million in October 2024, a 5.4% drop from the 28.6 million recorded in the same month last year. Major export commodities including bananas, sugar, animal feed, marine products, and red kidney beans saw reduced earnings. Bananas and sugar alone accounted for a combined decline of 4.2 million. In contrast, revenues from citrus products rose by 3.7 million, while earnings from alcoholic beverages and other miscellaneous products also increased. Domestic exports for the first 10 months of the year stood at 363.5 million, reflecting a marginal increase of 0.6% over the 361.5 million earned in the first 10 months of 2023. And there is more news after the break. Stay tuned.
Hi, my Orange Arcanios. Have you considered why areas of our tongue flood easily? It's no secret that developing areas in our tongue flood easily due to clogged drains full of garbage and debris. By properly disposing of waste, we ensure free flow in our drains, preventing flooding in developing areas. I thank you as we ask for your support.
Are you ready to light up the holiday season? Join us for Centaur's annual Christmas parade on December 14th. It's the perfect way to celebrate with your community and create lasting memories. Whether you're participating with a float, marching with a group, or simply coming to spectate, there's a place for everyone to enjoy the magic of the holidays. Call 670-9177 to register free of cost. Happy holidays from Centaur Communications Corporation Limited. This the season to be jolly, and this Christmas we're making your holiday even brighter. Get ready for Centaur's annual countdown to Mega Christmas Bram, a holiday extravaganza where you can win amazing prizes, play fun games, and experience the magic of Christmas like never before. Join us at the Orange Walk Central Park from December 2nd to the 13th as of 8 p.m. Viewers at home, you also have the opportunity to win too. All you need to do is tune in and play along. This Christmas, let us bring the magic of the season to you with Centaur's annual countdown to Mega Christmas Bram, where the spirit of Christmas shines bright. Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year from Centaur Communications Corporation Limited.
The documentary chronicling the life of the leader of the opposition, which recently premiered on Hulu, is currently at the top of the streaming platforms. The film provides an intimate look at the personal journey of the political figure who transformed his life from a troubled youth in the United States to a key player in Belize's political landscape. The documentary highlights pivotal moments in the opposition leader's life, including his childhood experiences, migration to the U.S., encounters with gun violence, and a decade spent behind bars. Speaking to reporters yesterday, Minister of Home Affairs Karim Musa admitted he had yet to view the documentary, although he's heard that it is obtaining great reviews.
I have not had a chance to see the documentary as yet, but every single review that I have seen so far and heard so far is positive, meaning that they think that it's an excellent film, documentary story. I think we can all appreciate a good comeback story, one of redemption and resilience, and I think it was well done in terms of the production coming out of Disney. Whether that though translates to any points for him in the political arena, I wouldn't go so far. I think the documentary, of course, does not touch on Shine's leadership of his political party over the last year or so, and the turmoil that is currently taking place within the United Democratic Party. And so I don't see it translating as much for him politically, but I did offer my congratulations to him directly because, like I said, I heard it's an excellent documentary and I look forward to seeing it.
Soon he'll be having screenings. Sino ba ganda na premiere?
I didn't get a chance to go to the premiere, no, but I'll hopefully get a chance to see it soon.
The National Emergency Management Organization, NEMO, has issued an update on the status of roads, ferries, and bridges across Belize, particularly in the Orange Walk and Belize districts due to ongoing flooding. In the Orange Walk district, the San Antonio Road leading to August Pine Ridge is currently impassable for smaller vehicles. Additionally, the San Esteban ferry remains closed. Travelers are advised to seek alternative routes and avoid these areas until further notice. In the Belize district, several areas are experiencing significant disruptions. The Borough Boom main access road and the road leading to the Borough Boom police station are both impassable for small vehicles. The same applies for Flowers Bank, Bomba, and Rancho Dolores. The Sunset Park Western Paradise Community main access road on the George Price Highway is also impassable for smaller vehicles. Similarly, the Grace Bank Main Access Road, Crooked Tree Main Access Road, Lucky Strike Main Access Road, Freetown Saboon Main Access Road, and Maypen Main Access Road are all currently impassable. In the Cayo District, the San Ignacio Santa Elena low-lying bridge is closed. The Baking Pot ferry that leads to Spanish Lookout is also closed. However, the Iguana Creek Bridge that connects Blackman Eddy and Spanish Lookout is now open, and the San Antonio ferry at San Jose Socots is still closed. NEMO urges residents and travelers to stay informed and exercise caution when traveling in these areas. The organization is closely monitoring the situation and will provide further updates as conditions change. And that's the news. We invite you to join us for another newscast on Friday, November 29th, here on CTV3 News and Face FM 106.7. Remember that to read a text version of the news, you can visit our website at ctv3belizenews.com. You can also log on to our Facebook page for current stories at facebook.com/ctv3belizenews or our YouTube channel at CTV3 News BZ. From all of us here at CTV2 News, thank you for watching and listening. Good night.